Good morning, Roll Gang, and welcome in to another episode, another week of Weekday Wake and Bakes. I am your Processor Sky, your host every weekday morning here on the Weekday Wake and Bake, where we go live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, every weekday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time. So I am super excited to get into this motivational Monday episode so that we can all get motivated and excited about this week coming up. It's a really big week for me. I am going to be shooting the rest of this week's episode from an undisclosed island location. That's right, Roll Gang. We are going to be doing the Weekday Wake and Bake Island Edition coming up here soon. Super excited about that. But anyways, we got some motivational quotes from famous people today just to kick off our week right, along with our pot, because you know how we do every weekday morning here on the Weekday Wake and Bake. We roll up some herb with our handy dandy rolling spoon and get into the cannabis content. So without further ado, let's do that. Welcome in, Roll Gang, to another episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake Motivational Monday. I am so excited to get into the motivational quotes content with you guys this morning and smoke this pot. But before I do that, I wanted to give a shout out to you guys for tuning into the show and to our sponsors, because they make shit happen for me and for you guys, and I appreciate them dearly. The first one here on the Weekday Wake and Bake is the Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool. If you guys are rolling up this morning, I hope you guys have a spoon to help you so that you don't have to roll anything less than a dime, because we like to roll dimes every time. Yo, shout out Henrique. He says I'm on drugs. That's right. Eat, sleep, smoke, repeat. Love the shirt. King Pre-Gene. Thank you. I appreciate the love on Instagram. Appreciate you guys tuning in here on the show. The second sponsor here of the Weekday Wake and Bake is Oaksterdam University. Yes, the first ever cannabis college, sponsor of the show, and dear friends, that my alumni. So I'm an Oaksterdam University graduate. Go learn everything you need to know about the cannabis industry at Oaksterdam University. Use promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% off tuition. Call it the Rolling Spoon Scholarship. But, yo, Henrique, no hablo español, my man. No hablo español, but I appreciate Henrique tapping in. And Celso says, weed is good, bro. Oh, you are telling me. Weed is very good. But another thing that's very good that we like to mix every weekday, every Monday morning specifically, is we like to kick off the week with some motivational quotes so that we can get super fired up. Because if we can tackle Monday and be real motivated on Monday, the rest of the week is going to be a breeze. So I've collected some motivational quotes for us to share on the Weekday Wake and Bake while we smoke some herb. And why don't we get on into the first quote while I roll up here, and then we can smoke for the last three. So the first quote comes from Arthur Ashe. And Arthur Ashe is a tennis player, professional tennis player, former, and he's an incredible impact on the tennis community. One of the most down-to-earth athletes, no doubt, says an unbelievable motivational quote for us to get motivated on this Monday. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. What a simple, elegant quote from Arthur Ashe, one of the greatest to do it on the tennis courts. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. So it's very simple, but basically what he's saying is manifest. Look around your life and manifest what you have, because everybody has things that they want. And, we're all doomed to this life of restlessly striving towards goals that we may or may not conquer. But if you look around and you can be appreciative of what you have any given moment, then life is heaven. Life is great. So make sure that you guys are very aware of your surroundings this week. Make sure you're very appreciative to those that are touching your life, because you're touching theirs too, Roll Gang. You may not know it, but everybody that's tuning into this show got such a positive attitude, and we got to stay motivated, but it doesn't take much. Just start where you're at, use what you got, and do what you can. Just little steps, 1% at a time, to reach the goal. But anyways, it's time to spark, but I don't got a lighter. Oh, shit. I should keep this one that co-host Hadina gave me. So California 420 Love tapping in. Good morning, bro. Wake and Bake 420 time from Cali 420 Love. Huge shout out. We got a Spanish conversation in the chat going on. I hope you guys are smoking with us. Fumar. I hope you guys are Fumar with us this morning. Anyways, thank you to everybody tapping into the Weekday Wake and Bake. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch as well. Instagram is the chat machine. Anyways, let's get on into another motivational quote here on this Motivational Monday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. So this one comes in from Maya Angelou, one of the headiest in the history of mankind. She says, you can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you get. So you cannot use up creativity. The more you use, the more you get. So in other words, she's saying that creativity is kind of like a muscle. And if you put yourself in situations where you force yourself to be creative and make decisions and, have a brainchild, the more you do it, the more you're capable of doing. It's kind of circular, but it's a great point from Maya Angelou. Woo! Let's go. I'm having trouble keeping it lit this morning, Roll Gang. I gotta get medicated right quick. So you can't use up creativity. Think of it this way, Roll Gang. Take an investment every day to make sure that you do something creative that doesn't have such an easy transition. Such an easy flow in your mind. Take yourself off of your routine, your ritual, and do something creative and different every day. So that way, when you're faced with an opportunity to be creative, you have built up that muscle. And Maya Angelou, giving us great motivation, reminding us to stay creative here on this Weekday Wake and Bake Motivational Monday episode. So this week, let's put an emphasis on creativity, Roll Gang. Let's boost up our creativity. So I have two more motivational quotes here on this Motivational Monday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. But before I get on into them, Thank you guys for tapping into the comments. You guys are killing it this morning. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. But shout out the Rolling Spoon, man. Helping your boy. Roll a dime every time. Look at this thing. Ooh. Roll a dime every time with the help of your Rolling Spoon. And learn about cannabis at Oaksterdam University, the world's first cannabis college. Use promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% off your tuition. That is the Rolling Spoon Scholarship. But anyways, the next quote here on this Motivational Monday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake comes from the man whom the America's largest sports league, the NFL, their trophy for when you win the Super Bowl, the Lombardi Trophy, is named after this great man, Vince Lombardi. That's right, the trophy they give out for the Super Bowl winning team. Vince Lombardi, the great Hall of Fame coach, gives us some coaching here for this week. Because on Motivational Monday, we like to get motivated. We like to get coached up from these famous people and use the steam to blaze us through the week. So Vince Lombardi, Super Bowl champion coach, and the man whom the trophy is named after, says, "The man at the top of the mountain didn't fall there." The man at the top of the mountain didn't fall there. And this is a great quote from a man who was at the top of his mountain. And that's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. We make the mountain. We pick the mountains that we get to climb. And if we don't want to climb, we're not going to climb. But imagine your mountain, your goal, your passion. You are not going to reach the top of that mountain by just falling there. It requires hard work and sacrifice and a grind. But you know what, guys? It's all we got. That's all we have. So grind hard because, life is insignificant if you don't create the significance for yourself. So make sure that you're climbing a mountain. It doesn't matter which one you pick. But climb a mountain, Roll Gang. No one reaches the top of their mountain by just falling there. That's what Vince Lombardi said. The man at the top of the mountain didn't fall there. And I love that quote from the GOAT, Vince Lombardi. So the last Motivational Monday quote of the day on this Weekday Wake and Bake comes from Wanda Fort. And she says, I just really liked this quote. "Nobody is undefeated in life. To be great, you must lose and you must learn." I absolutely love that quote, and I think it's the essence of life right there. We live to win. It feels good to win. It's easy to win. But what about whenever we try and we lose? Those are the moments that define us. And if you think of anybody that's ever done anything great, they've lost. And they've lost often. But the greatest of the greats learn from them all and allow themselves room for growth. They don't dwell in the defeat and the loss. They learn from it and they move forward. Don't complain, maintain, and just keep going. Because everybody, like the beginning of this quote, I love it. Nobody is undefeated in life. Okay, maybe you got like guys like Khabib Nurmagomedov who went 29-0 in the UFC and MMA and then retired. But he faces trials. I mean, his life could not have been... Imagine his workout routine preparing for that. Nobody is undefeated. He was defeated in the weight room time after time after time again. That allowed him to defeat his opponent in the ring. But super motivated, super appreciative to everybody tuning in to this episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You guys are all the shit. Go and follow all the other social medias if you don't already. I would love your subscription and your thumbs up, because sharing is caring, and caring is indeed sharing. But anyways, Roll Gang, I will see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific time, for another episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake, but we're going to be on the island. So super excited for that, and I hope that you guys all have an amazing motivational Monday. Get motivated. We're going to crush this week, Roll Gang. And yeah, Process Your Sky. Roll Gang, out. I love